Breaking right now, a gunman ambushes a local teenager on his way to school right in front of his frantic mother.
Good afternoon, Siapa. Police are one step closer into figuring out who is responsible. They say they believe they found a vehicle that may be connected to the shooting.
On the morning of the 14th of January 2025, a white Jeep Grand Cherokee quietly pulled into an alley in Feltonville. In seconds, nearly 24 gunshots rang out, shattering the stillness of the morning. A mother's screams, shell casings rolling across the cement floor, the glint of a gun barrel, and then a body collapsed amid the shell casings. Noah Scurry, 17, a good student, a basketball star, who had scored the highest on the SATs in his school. Why was a model teenager, a symbol of hope, targeted and treated like an outlaw? What happened behind the mask of grades and discipline? Follow along with us as we follow this shocking case. Noah Scurry, 17, a student at Samuel Fels High School in Philadelphia. With a 4 gigapascals, the highest SAT score in his school, and an outstanding academic record, Noah was once considered a role model for North Philly teenagers. Outside of the classroom, he was a star on the varsity basketball team, highly regarded by coaches for his tactics, ability to compete, and discipline. A model student, a promising athlete, seemingly destined for a college scholarship and a bright future. Despite once standing out as an elite student, Noah Scurry gradually changed after a series of personal shocks. Within a year, he lost at least 6 friends to gunfire, including Kyrie Simmons, who played basketball with Noah, who was murdered on the court. The climax was the May 2023 shooting in the Frankfurt area. Noah was injured when a car approached and opened fire on a group of people he was standing with. A 6'6" man was killed on the spot, but Noah was lucky to survive. From then on, he began carrying a gun, living on the edge, and adopting a protect yourself before you get shot mentality. That same year, Noah transformed himself into Joker OTV, inspired by Heath Ledger's Joker character, a symbol of chaos and unpredictability. On social media, he began posting photos with a Joker mask, a pistol, a rifle, standing next to other masked friends. On the night of the 13th of January 2025, just one day before he was killed, Noah released the music video, Swing My Door, a drill rap clip with provocative images, guns, masks, and metaphors about past murders. It was this video that was said to be the last straw leading to his death. As the name Joker OTV began to rise among North Philly youth, social media quickly became a sideshow, but more dangerous than the real streets. Noah is no longer the quiet student, but has gradually become an icon of the image of the one who is not afraid of death, always appearing with a Joker mask, holding a gun, a defiant look hidden behind filters and darkness in his stories. Noah's content on Instagram, YouTube, and Snapchat is carefully edited, purposefully. Every frame has a gun. Every caption is a hidden line. Every tag is a message for someone who understands. In drill rap, a genre already full of provocations, Noah is more subtle than others, not naming names directly, but inserting facts, dates, and locations that people in the industry can understand with just a glance. The combination of lyrics, images, and growing fame makes his clips attract not only listeners, but also enemies, police, and even grieving families. Some clips are reshared with comments like, "He's showing off, and he knows he's being watched." Joker OTV had made himself a target in a world where a click could ignite a real gun. It was early morning on the 14th of January 2025, and the alley behind the 5000 block of Rohrer Street was still quiet. At 7, Noah Scurry stepped out with his mother, getting ready for school. Just 2 minutes later, a white Jeep Grand Cherokee slid slowly into the alley. Without warning, at 7:03 the car door swung open and a series of shots rang out. Nearly 20 bullets whizzed through the air, shattering the peace. Noah collapsed after the first few shots. His mother, in a panic, rushed to call his name amid the echoes of the rolling shell casings. Some neighbors ran out, but the Jeep was gone. Everyone was shocked. The plan was clear, decisive, and ruthless. Around 7:10, an ambulance arrived and took Noah to Albert Einstein Medical Center. Despite the best efforts of doctors, he was pronounced dead at 8 a.m. Police cordoned off the scene, collected nearly 20 bullet casings, and took witness statements. Security cameras were pulled over, showing a white Jeep with puncture marks and a damaged sunroof. At 7:20, the car was found abandoned a few blocks away, showing signs of having been shot. It was towed for forensic examination. Less than an hour had passed since Noah stepped out the door until his death, but all signs suggested the assassination had been planned with cold precision. The crime scene on Rohrer Street left many clear traces of a premeditated assassination. Police recovered nearly 20 bullet casings scattered around the victim's body, most of them concentrated in the alley corner where Noah collapsed, indicating the gunman fired at close range and aimed accurately. Bloodstains were spread on the cement floor, and many of Noah's bullet wounds, from the abdomen, chest to thighs, were critical areas. The bullet holes on the brick wall and the road surface showed strong firepower, fired in rapid succession, not warning shots or random shots. Among the evidence collected, there were traces of gunpowder and shoe prints suspected to have been left by the shooter as he fled the scene. The white Jeep, abandoned after less than 20 minutes, had a damaged sunroof, holes in the body, and many bloodstains inside, believed to be from a gunman injured in the previous gunfight. Images from a street corner security camera and a smart doorbell of a resident recorded the first part of the incident. Although the face was not clear in the clip, the movement of the Jeep from afar was seen approaching, stopping, 3 doors opening at the same time, and a figure dressed in black, holding a long weapon rushing down. The angle was low, but enough to confirm the location of the shooting and the direction of movement when retreating. Regarding digital evidence, police focused on the music video for Swing My Door that Noah posted the night before. In the video, he is seen wearing a black shirt and a Joker mask, standing among a group of armed youths, rapping lines that boast or allude to previous murders. Some lyrics, such as, "We up the score, ain't no tie," or "He thought he'd slide, now he's chalk," are believed to be referring to revenge. Investigators consider this a form of self-snitching, an indirect confession through music. A preliminary forensic report confirmed that Noah died from multiple gunshot wounds, less than 10 minutes after being shot. The bullets are believed to be 9mm, likely from a semi-automatic weapon. There was no sign of the victim returning fire, suggesting that Noah was not prepared for the ambush that morning. A combination of crime scene evidence, video, and social media evidence suggests this was no random act. It was a deliberate, well-intentioned killing, carried out with the precision of an experienced professional. Immediately after the shooting, Philadelphia police launched an urgent investigation, focusing on the possibility that it was a revenge killing in a gang conflict. Suspicion quickly centered on the Fast Break Gang, a rival gang of the Pavement Boys, with which Noah Scurry is said to have had close ties. Although no official suspect was named, social media rumors spread quickly. Rapper Gilly the Kid, father of Devin "YNG Cheese" Spady, who was murdered in July 2023, said in an interview that police had privately told him that Noah was the prime suspect in his son's death. This statement was not part of the public investigation, but it helped shape public opinion that Noah's death was a deliberate act of revenge. A notable clue was the white Jeep left a few blocks away from the scene, with puncture marks, broken glass, and blood on the inside. This was the main lead for DNA and biological evidence, but there was no official report on the owner's identity or other identifying evidence available. Investigators also reviewed security cameras, private messages, and social media posts related to the Swing My Door music video. One Instagram post, believed to be by Gilly the Kid, read, "Get your rest, Cheese, that boy gas now," implying that Noah was executed in revenge for Cheese. However, this post has not been verified and cannot be used as direct evidence in court. The biggest weakness in the investigation was the lack of witnesses willing to come forward. The shooting happened quickly, the gunmen were masked, and the local community tends to be silent in dealing with this type of case. In addition, the testimony from Noah's family did not mention any direct threats beforehand, making it even more difficult to determine a specific motive. As of now, no arrest warrant has been issued publicly, and police still claim the case is an active investigation. Meanwhile, social media and public opinion in North Philly have almost reached their own verdict. Noah was killed to pay for the past he built under the name Joker, OTV. To date, the murder of Noah Scurry has not yet had a formal trial, and no one has been publicly charged. Although police have confirmed that this was a premeditated murder, the case remains under an open investigation, with many leads still unclear and insufficient legal grounds to prosecute any suspects. If brought to trial, potential charges that prosecutors could target include first-degree murder, because there is evidence of planning and ambush; conspiracy to commit murder, if there is evidence of group coordination; use of a firearm in the commission of a felony; organized gang activity, if it is proven that the motive was revenge from the conflict between Pavement Boys and Fast Break. However, the prosecution is currently facing major obstacles from both sides. The prosecution has no direct witnesses or convincing testimony. Security cameras do not show faces, the perpetrator is wearing a mask, and no weapons were seized at the scene. Social media posts, while suggestive, are not yet strong enough to be used as evidence for a murder conviction. Noah's family has yet to make a clear public statement regarding the investigation or the suspects. Meanwhile, Y&G Cheese's family, especially his father, rapper Gilly the Kid, has been the most vocal in their claims that their son was murdered and Noah is the suspect, even though police have not confirmed that in any official records. While waiting for the justice system to speak, Noah Scurry's case remains in a gray area between the law and the street, where justice sometimes comes late or never. Noah Scurry's death left a heavy void at Samuel Fels High School, where teachers once considered him a role model. A candlelight vigil was held on the school grounds, with friends and teachers in sports uniforms placing flowers under a photo of Noah smiling and holding a basketball. But the grief was quickly torn by the messy truth behind it. When the identity of Joker OTV was revealed, public opinion was divided. Some mourned a talented teenager born into adversity and not protected by the system in time. But others called Noah a murderer who was killed before he could go to court, saying this is the consequence of the lifestyle he chose. That polarization clearly reflects the contradiction between the image of a model student and the person behind the drill rap mask, between the school brochure and the unspoken rules of the street. This case is not just about a teenager being shot to death, but a warning to the whole society. Drill rap, if left unchecked, can become a tool to incite revenge. Guns, in the hands of teenagers, turn conflict into bloodshed in an instant. And social media, when it becomes a celebrity arena, turns videos into public declarations of war. This painful lesson raises the urgent need for early intervention programs in the community, where teenagers like Noah can receive psychological support after trauma, direction after loss, and a way out of violence. Social organizations have called for the city to invest more in school counselors, safe playgrounds, and control of inflammatory content online. The families of the victims, both Noah and Y&G Cheese, also need legal and psychological support and protection from the simmering wave of hatred. The Philly Joker case may have ended in blood, but the question it left behind remains. What can we do to prevent the next child from following Noah Scurry's double life? Can a star student truly escape the shadow of his upbringing? And if even model children are not safe, is the fault individual, or the fault of a system that allows them to grow up surrounded by guns and silence? If you believe that young people deserve a second chance, the right to live without having to wear a mask or carry a gun to survive, please share this video. Let's keep Noah Scurry's story from becoming another name on the list of children swallowed by violence. Like, comment, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on more thought-provoking social cases like this.